coming to the Working Families guest speaker this afternoon. This is Shane. He's come to speak to us. He's done a lot of speaking, and he's founded his own organization, ShaneTalks. So he's going to kind of talk about turning diversity into opportunity. And we wanted this to be interactive. If you have any questions for him, anything like that, please speak up. And I want to introduce Shane.
Here's your phone. Hi everyone, as you heard, my name is Shane DiGiovanna, and first I just want to thank my dad and Cindy and Allison and all of you guys for actually coming and taking the time to listen to me. Now you're probably wondering why you're listening to a funny looking guy who has more advantages than a mummy in Egypt. And we'll get to that. So first off, as you heard, I'm Shane DiGiovanna, and I was born with a rare genetic skin condition called epidermolysis bullosa. It's a long and complicated name. Most people just call it EB because nobody wants to pronounce that. So basically, I am missing a protein that acts as the glue between the different layers of my skin, and because of that, my skin is extremely fragile. So I have to wear bandages all over my body and undergo hours of really difficult bandaging every single day. I also, completely unrelatedly, happen to be completely profoundly deaf. So I really hit the genetic lottery of bad genes, except for my fabulous hair. But luckily, I have something called cochlear implants, which basically allow me to hear about half of what you guys can. How they work is complicated, but it has to do with computers turning sounds into electrical signals and sending them to stuff inside my head. So basically, I'm part cyborg. The way I interact and view the world is very different from you guys. Because of my medical conditions and disabilities, it's a lot harder for me to go out into the world and do stuff because either I can't hear what's going on or what's going on is going to hurt me. So it's certainly very challenging. Essentially, if you were trying to create a body designed to torture a person every time they interact with the world, you really couldn't do better than mine, which is unfortunate. But despite all of that, and despite all of these insurmountable conditions, I am not just surviving, but I'm actually thriving and succeeding beyond my wildest dreams. I am a student at Rice University down in Houston, which is one of the top universities in the country. And I am majoring in economics, originally physics, but I wasn't smart enough for calculus. So I'm majoring in economics and business, and I plan to one day work in the space industry, working for one of those cool new rocket companies, selling the rockets that the smart guys build and design. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, how is all of this possible? How did he do it? And the answer is that I turned adversity into opportunity. You're probably expecting me to launch into the stereotypical inspirational disabled guy speech. But that's been done a few too many times, and it's a bit of a cliche. So I'm definitely not going to do that. I mean, let's face it, I am a pretty cool guy who happens to have some challenging medical conditions, but I'm really not an inspiration. I'm just a college student who likes to party a little too much. So instead, this is a story about the power of passion and dedication. So as I said, I've always been interested in space. It's been my passion for as long as I can remember. Actually, my very first memory is watching the Mars rovers land with my dad. And So it's been my goal to work in the space industry in whatever way possible. Originally I thought I was going to be an astronaut, but that didn't pan out. So, in fact, my very first word was airplane. And, not mom, not dad. Airplane, that was my priority, and that was before I could even hear. How I figured that out, I have no idea. But that was my very first word, and I learned a lot more words after I got these cochlear implants. And after I got my cochlear implants, I went to a school called Ohio Valley Voices, which is just a few miles from here. It's a school that teaches deaf kids with cochlear implants, like me, how to hear, how to use language, like what language is, how to talk, how to have conversations, because when you're not born with the ability to hear, that does not necessarily come naturally. And so, it was hours each day of training how to use my implant, because it's not like you can just slap these on and go out. It's like learning how to do a marathon. You can't do it on your first try. So you have to do hours and hours and years of training, all the stuff that you guys take for granted. And so basically from my very first memories, I was at a place where we worked really, really hard, and it was a very diverse group of students. And it was really all I knew. And so we worked really hard, and that really instilled in me a really major work ethic and a positive attitude, because it was really all we knew. And most of the students at Ohio Valley Voices were not just deaf, they also had other disabilities. Because they're like bananas, they all come in a bunch. And so we all had disabilities, but we all had a really positive outlook, because it was the only thing we knew. We didn't really know that we were different. We were just a very diverse group of students. And we definitely learned how to use our disabilities for ourselves and for the better. Like my friend Andrew, he has severe dwarfism, but he was able to sneak into places that nobody else could. So you can either view the disabilities that we have or other things in life as a negative, or you can make them into a positive and sneak into places that other people can't. It's challenging to have these